Thank you.
Okay, Mike. Welcome to Rooted, second edition. Thank you for being here, mate.
Cheers.
Cheers.
First coffee.
First coffee of the day?
But first coffee.
But first, coffee.
Yeah.
All right, man. So it's going to be pretty simple. I want to start asking you and letting you talk about who are you today? Who is Mike?
Good to know myself. Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much. We're going to start, open, wide.
Okay. Yeah, I will be turning 40 years old this year.
Yeah.
In August, so it seems to me like I'm still figuring it out. Who am I right now? So having passion for good concepts, bright people,
Yeah.
and coffee.
How would you describe yourself beyond what you do?
What do you mean?
Beyond what you do for work, which is actually the atmosphere where I know you from.
Okay.
How would you describe yourself?
It's a very tiny time slot beyond work right now.
I know.
But actually, then you have work like that, it feels like pleasure every day, despite anything what happens. But I'm cooking a lot. I love my wife and my doggy. I love my friends, and I like to gather them together.
Yeah.
So having dinners at home, enjoy some wine sometimes. Rarely going for sports again because of the lack of the time, but
Biking.
trying to do my best soon.
All right. So Rooted, I think I mentioned before, but Rooted is a concept that was born of like so many cultures and upbringings that we see here in Miami. So where does your story begin?
That's a good question, because I think I have one of the not the common thing and not the common stories of Miami, because I was born and raised in Kazakhstan, 14,000 miles from here. So, and it's like really over the ocean, Asia, and it's like post-Soviet Union country with a lot of roots and cultures mixed, because I am like more Ukrainian and Belarusian than Russian. I'm Russian by the passport. I'm Kazakh by nationality and by my passport. So, and yeah, so my story started there, but then I get to Russia, making a lot of projects there, then get back to Kazakhstan, and in 2017, finally, I found myself here in Miami.
All right, so I wanted to ask before you told that, like, what was it like growing up in Kazakhstan? But did you grow up there, or yeah?
Yeah, it's it's a melting pot of cultures, because a lot of people were sent during the World War II to Kazakhstan from Russia. Then it was invaded by Germans. And we had a lot of different cultures, and it made me like grow with different people, understanding different languages, different like national differences, let's say. And it's a very hospitable country. So my home is your home. It's not like in Russia, for example. So Kazakh people are very, very open. And it was really nice to have it in my roots, and I'm still proud of being raised in Kazakhstan, because like again, the mixture of what I get is so different. So it gives you an opportunity to like look wider and see a lot of things in the world, because it's not like one separate country. It was like mix of countries. Despite being Kazakhstan, my native language and language inside the country was Russian, but I do understand Kazakh a little bit. I was learning English like since I was a child as well. So it gave me a lot of, again, different angles.
All right. So you mentioned that, and then you said, like, for example, in your free time, you like to gather friends. So that's a pretty good mix. Like Kazakh people, yeah? It's very mostly, hospitable?
Yes.
And would you say that stayed with you from like...
Yes, correct. So, because like The hospitality is in our blood, I would say. Again, it doesn't matter what nationality you are, but being born and raised in that country, it gives you this angle of hospitality that like anyone who was coming to my town and I knew that it's a foreign friend, they always stayed in my house. They always were like treated as a family member, not as a friend. And I'm actually like still with this kind of route with everything.
Beautiful.
And as of right now, it's good for other people because I live in Miami. Everyone wants to come in Miami.
Yeah, it happens the same to me, no worries.
So, you know.
So I think that mix of culture is something that happens also in Miami, right?
Correct.
From Kazakhstan and Miami, but the opposite. What is different in Miami that it was in your hometown?
Everything. It's another planet. I've been here for 8 years and still learning something new every day. I think I'm used to like what is the American culture is, but it's different from Miami culture. So Miami is not America, right? It's like whatever other city isn't. But here is the same. So I really like the way everyone is open here. And it's the opposite sometimes of like how you treat it in my like native country, because it's more traditional. And it's more traditional in a way than people not always appreciate, and maybe not appreciate, then they not always open to something new. Now
Correct.
it's better than I was like growing. I was making like a breakdance, or like I was singing, or I was doing something else. It was like really not the way than I was expected. Here, no one gives anything about what you're doing. And then I was growing, so like everyone like like that. So pointing at me.
Open-minded they can get to be.
But again, it gives you ability to be stronger. So again, I do appreciate the place where I grew up because of the many reasons. Ability to make a lot of friends and actually be a person who can like really be different. And here's the guy who was born and raised in my town as well.
So what made you leave?
American dream.
Yeah, the American dream.
As always.
It was planned, or it just happened?
Actually, my wife was, she initiated that. And I was never thinking of the United States as a country that I want to leave. But first time then we came here in 2015, I believe, in San Francisco in New York, I was blown away by the scale of the country, how open it is, how many possibilities it gets. And then I never got back in my mind, and I get back to Kazakhstan, and by that time we were running very successful coffee shop chain, first in Kazakhstan in terms of being specialty coffee and coffee to go concept. One of the first in our town, it was first, but Kazakhstan maybe one of three. And I actually brought a lot of stuff from United States to Kazakhstan, but I very soon I realized that I will never be able to achieve the same kind of thing that America does in Kazakhstan. I can be number one in Kazakhstan, but it's nothing. It's nothing. So,
so I was going to ask what made you decide to start something instead of working, but I can feel like you've had it since before, right?
What do you mean?
Building something instead of like just going to a job, but you.
I was a part of restaurant corporate world for many years, like around 8-9 years. I started as a DJ, art director, like general manager. I had a very strong path on that. But one day I realized that making dreams of other people happen in the way they want, it's not what I want. And I remember that day, and there it's actually interesting because this was the day when my coffee journey began.
Okay.
Because I left a restaurant in one day, being a general manager of one of the most successful restaurants in Russia. And I left like one day because I realized that I don't want to do that anymore. And I stopped by a coffee shop who was giving us our beans in restaurant, and it was a specialty coffee shop. And the guy who opened that, he spent 7 years in New York as a Wall Street manager, and he came back to Russia, opened the coffee because he was like very impressed by coffee culture in the United States. And I was there drinking coffee, and he's like, "What are you doing here? Like, it's just noon." And like, I left. He's like, "Are you crazy?" Because he knew what I was managing, my salary and everything. And he told me, "Hey, I do not know what to offer, but if you want to join us, be my partner." And I'm like, "Okay, let's do that." And in one day, I like fired myself and I hired myself. So, and then it was the beginning of my solo restaurant journey, because before that I used to have several business entities and I tried to do something. By that time my wife already had something, but in restaurants it was like the first solo thing. Yeah. So, and we were pretty successful with that.
So then it happened like a journey, like the coffee chain in Russia. Then you came and I know you had like a cross-country place, and now we are in Studio 24. What does Studio 24 represent to you personally?
Oof. A whole new era, because I lost all the businesses I owned before that. In like half a year, everything crushed. Everything. It was a disaster. And this was something where that was somewhere on the core of the brain, on the back core, which was like raising and trying to born. And accidentally, we just walked by with my wife here on the street, and I like, "Hey, let's stop by and check it out. What is that?" So, and we checked out, and we found that the guy, they wanted to sell it. And we're like, "Okay, let's buy it." So we already had a concept, and it was the whole new era, because like it was the first project for a long time what I started from, not from scratch, but from under the bottom. And it was like a real thing to me in terms of a combination of all the ideas I had, all the knowledge I got, everything I wanted to represent in terms of like how it should look, how it should feel, what are the drinks, what is the service, what is the everything. And then it was like a snowball effect, because it was starting so fast, and you were the part of it, and you saw how we grew. And it was like every day was very, very challengeable, and it still is, but like not maybe at the same path. But yeah, so it's a whole new era of me, myself, being like a different person and putting a new perspective of what I want to make.
Which answers this question. So do you see yourself reflecting the space, I assume?
Me, myself?
Yeah.
How would you describe this
actually,
question?
I think the answer was like, the question was answered by what you said. Like you're, after like the whole process that you have personally in your businesses and stuff, it's a new you, you know, and this is a new kind of business that you have as well, right? So it's like a whole demonstration of what Mike is today.
One part of, because it's not the only business I do, but this is the main project right now in my head, absolutely. And like we really see how and where we can come with this project. It just takes, we figured out that it's taking more than we were expecting in terms of like building it from scratch, but still we have a loyal base of people who are coming every day. We are not declining, we're growing slowly but surely. And this is something I really want to put myself into and continue giving what I know, how I see, and like because I think we really changed the game here in Miami in terms of what we've done. And only now I can see that backwards because we were running so fast and we didn't have time even to like analyze what we're doing.
Yeah.
But with the vision that we put into that, it like really turned into something that it's different. And now we see and we know how many people are going after or like having something in mind after visiting us, because we put things differently and we didn't want to play the traditional game. And everyone who was around, they told me that we're crazy, but here we are.
Yeah. So why did you, like, this person that was in your routine, he lived in New York for 7 years, you came to US and visited other cities. Why did you decide to come specifically to Miami?
It wasn't like accident and not accident, because one of the reasons and one of the main reasons coming to Miami was the project that I was working on as one of the founders, and it was in Miami, Miami based. We were building modular houses and hotels, modular hotels, and Airbnbs and ADUs, accessory dwelling units. So we wanted to build a big company. It's still working. I'm not the part of this company any longer. I sold my share, but it was specifically Miami as a destination for opening that business.
Do you think Miami is a place to build long term or just like a phase?
For me?
In general, for people, for you, how you see that?
I think Miami is changing a lot. So for 8 years, I saw a lot of things, and then I came here first time. It was different city for sure. So I think it's overpriced, over everything right now.
Right now.
But still has a lot of opportunities in terms of like making business. But it was sold as a gold, but now I see it's a gold rush. So it's different things. So I think long term it will be the new New York. But it needs like 5, 7, maybe 10 years from now to be, because Miami is still seeking for its identity. It's a mix of everything. He's trying to pretend right now something it's not in the core of the city. So that's why I think it needs time. But I love this city because I'm always saying that despite any fact of what's going on in your life, the only problem is like what color is your t-shirt today? Because like it's always sunny, it's always like something cool happening, a lot of things, restaurant open, closing, but at least it's a life of the city and jungle and some island vibes as well. So, but again, it takes time. It takes time.
Do you feel you belong in Miami?
I am very happy to name this city as my hometown right now. And the best feeling that I get is that then you're coming back on the airplane, you're coming back home to Miami as your hometown is the best feeling ever.
Yeah, because what does home mean to you?
Oh, it's a good question, and I know the answer. The home is where I feel comfortable, and my family is.
Beautiful.
My like friends, whatever. But it's not just like, I'm not, with all the respect to the place that I was born and raised, I do believe that the home is here right now. But maybe I will find myself in Barcelona, which we discussed with my wife today's morning, actually. Because of Instagram stories of our ex-barista Andrea, and like maybe we'll be in Barcelona. She asked me like, do you want to live in like Barcelona and any other city in Europe? Like, why not? I don't know. But as of right now, I really think it's my hometown. I don't use maps to drive the city around. I know Miami very well. I know neighborhoods. I know the roads. I know the shortcuts. I know a lot of people. So I really enjoy being here and call Miami my like hometown.
Beautiful, man. That was it. That was the closure, man.
Very, very.
I'm really thankful for you for being here, man.
Of course.
Appreciate
Thank you
it for taking the time.
Cool. Thanks a lot.